And we welcome you into Puckett Fieldhouse in Fayette, Missouri for some Heart of America Conference volleyball on the Heart Sports Network. I'm Ryan Shapiro. Getting you started are going to be the starting lineups. For William Woods, starting off, Luciana Paiva Pereira, the senior. Number 7, Cecilia Campos, the libero. Number 11, Roberta Carlos de Silva, out of the senior out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Aaron Trias, the senior middle hitter out of Imperial, Missouri. Pamela Durazo, the senior out of Hermosillo, Mexico. Evie Marcolino, the junior outside hitter. And lastly, the freshman out of Sedalia, Missouri, Lennon Adams, the middle hitter. Now for the Central Methodist Eagles. Starting off out of Jefferson City, Missouri, the middle hitting junior, Summer Hake. From Springfield, Missouri, the outside hitter, Lauren Farish. Out of Jacksonville, Florida, Mariah Bostic Jones, the sophomore setter. Out of Vicenza, Illinois, Italy, Martina Gonzato, the outside hitting junior. From Lisbon, Portugal, Joanna Milieu, the outside hitter. And out of Burbank, Washington, the middle hitting senior, Haley Dreyer. And the libero, the freshman, Victoria Martins. Those are your starting lineups for tonight. These two teams coming into a big one tonight. Once again, I'm Ryan Shapiro here in Puckett Fieldhouse for some Heart of America Conference volleyball. The Central Methodist Eagles taking on the William Woods Owls. Both teams sitting at 8-4 in conference play. Central Methodist is 16-6 overall. William Woods 17-7 overall. Both teams on a win streak. Central Methodist, though, a little bit longer on a 5-game win streak. Went on the road to take on, I believe it was Culver Stockton, and it was, and they took them down 3-0 after their win against Missouri Valley on Friday. 2 Fridays ago. And then came back home against Baker, took the win last Friday, and now come in one more time before going on a long road trip. They take on William Woods. William Woods, they faced earlier in the year, went on the road, lost in a 3-0 sweep. Eagles looking to get it back here tonight. Get up a game on them, get a little bit of breathing room. Last time I was on the call, the Eagles were right on the cusp of the playoffs. Now they sit in the 5 seed. If they can get a win tonight, they can start contesting for that 4 seed. Park holds it right now with a 9-3 conference record, so just ever so slightly above the Eagles. Eagles and Park will play on Saturday. It'll be a road game for Central Methodist. As we are about ready to get underway as Mariah Bostic-Jones goes back to serve. She'll serve from the right side as we get underway here. Received by the Owls. Quick set, stuffed at the net. Martins right there to pick it up. Bostic-Jones, the back set to Gonzado, and that's going to get the point for the Eagles. They'll take a 1-0 lead here early. So once again, Bostic-Jones will go back to serve. Gets this over. Trias there for the set. And that one going to go long. Leave on the attempt from Carlos da Silva. So once again, Bostic-Jones this time floats it over. Trias there. And that one's going to land in. It's a kill for the Owls. So it'll be 2-1 now. The Owls still trailing. It'll be a kill from Evie Marcolino. Be her first of the evening. So Aaron Trias will go back to serve. Martins has to lay out for that one. Bostic-Jones, the set to, I believe that was Joanna Milieu, and she's going to get the tool kill off the hands of a couple of Owls blockers. She'll go back to serve. One of the most dangerous servers on this Eagles roster. She'll serve from the left. Got a laser of a serve, but it's going to go right into the net. So it'll be a service error for Milieu on her first serve of the night. Still going to be 3-2. Eagles lead it early in set one. And that serve is going to go into the net. Evie Marcolino was back. So 4-2, Eagles lead it now. As Haley Dreyer goes back to serve from the left side. Sends it over, and a little bit of trouble there. I believe that was Cecilia Campos. So it'll be 5-2 and a service ace for Dreyer. Floats this one over. Owls get it. Trias back set. And right there is Bostic-Jones. Dreyer and free ball from Gonzado. Owls are there. Trias a quick set. Not going to do it there. Gonzado right there. Back set from Bostic-Jones. Milieu tries to get the kill. Won't do it. Trias once again back set. And that time it's going to go for Paiva Pereira. Her first kill on the evening. 5-3. Eagles still leading. So Cecilia Campos will go back to serve. The sophomore libero out of Diamantina, Brazil. She will serve from the right. Floats this one. Right there is Milieu. Bostic-Jones back set to Gonzado, and it's going to be a kill for the Eagles off a couple of hands in front. Looks like it was Carlos da Silva's. Landed on the Owls' side. 6-3 Eagles now. And Ramsey Spinks will come in to serve for the Eagles. The freshman setter is going to send it into the net. And along with Spinks came in Leticia Barea. Those two will usually sub in and out together. Now Paiva Pereira back to serve. Standing serve, still sends some heat on it. And Eagles do anything just to get it over. And let's see, can the Owls get it right back? And a free ball sent over. Right there, the Eagles. Spinks the set to Summer Hake, and she's going to get the kill after the Owls were sent reeling on that standing hit. I believe that was from Araujo. And she'll go back to serve now. Luciana Araujo floats it. Quick set from Trias, off a couple hands in front. Right there are the Eagles. Spinks back set to Barea. A little bit of trouble on the reception there from Pereira. And the Eagles have an early 8-4 lead. Exactly how they wanted this match to start out. Luciana Araujo back to serve. And that one's going to land right on the end line and a big-time ace, 9-4. Araujo. Once again, will serve from the right side. A little bit of a jump. Line drive, serve, and stuffed at the net. Pamela Durazo tries to get the kill, but Summer Hake right there for it. And that ball goes straight down on the Owl side. 10-4 now. And an early timeout from the Owls. So we will go to a break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Hart Sports Network. And back in Puckett Fieldhouse, the Central Methodist Eagles are taking on the William Woods Owls in some Heart of America Conference volleyball. The Eagles have an early lead in set one, 10-4. Luciana Araujo back to serve for Central Methodist. Both teams fighting for a big spot in the postseason right now. Both sitting at 8-4 in conference play as Araujo sends it over. Received by the Owls. Trieste. The set, not going to do it. Spinks over to Araujo, over to Milieu, and just a bit out off the far end line, so it'll be 10-5. William Woods will go to work. Roberta Carlos da Silva back to serve out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Sends this over. Farish there to receive. Spinks the bump set over to Milieu, and she's going to get the kill. Celia Campos right there, but unable to get it. 11-5, Central Methodist leads. So Summer Hake will go back to serve. She'll serve from the middle. Floats this one. Campos there. Trias. Gets a set and stuffed at the net by Haley Dreyer and Joanna Milieu. 12-5, and the front blockers are going early for Central Methodist. So once again, Summer Hake will go back to serve. 12-5, Eagles lead. Floats it over. Trias, the quick set, and that one's going to go out of bounds down the side. So it'll be a point for Central Methodist and an 8-point lead now, 13-5 in set one. The Eagles are dominating right now. Hake floats this, and it's going to land right at the feet of the out-of-bounds judge. It's going to be out of bounds. So 13-6 now. And Summer Hake will sub out for Martins. We get underway. Martins there. Hake, quick set to Dreyer. She gets that one done quickly. 14-6, Central Methodist leads. So Martina Gonzalo and Mariah Bostic-Jones will check in. Leticia Barea and Ramsey Spinks will check out. Bostic-Jones to serve from the right once again. Floats this one. Received by the Owls. Tries the bump set. And Bostic-Jones right there for that laser. Martins bump set to Gonzalo. Going to go long that time. Great positioning from Bostic-Jones on that Pereira hit there. So Erin Trias will go back to serve now. She will serve from the right, kind of from the middle. She'll Standing serve, floats it. Martinez right there. Bostic Jones back set to Joanna Milieu. And she's going to get the kill. 15-7 now. Eagles have their sights set on an easy set one victory. Milieu goes back to serve now. She's going to float it. Campos there for it. Trias the set to, looks like Pereira, and she's going to get the kill there. So 15-8 now. It's back to serve. Will be Evie Marcolino. High toss, long serve, and out of bounds. So 16-8 now. Eagles will go back to serve once again, and it'll be Haley Dreyer. Summer Hake will check in for Victoria Martins. Dreyer sends a laser. Campos right there. Tries the set, cross court, and pushed and out of bounds. It was a tight set. Carlos de Silva did anything she could with it, but pushes it too far out of bounds. 17-8 now. Eagles continue to build this lead. Dreyer once again, another laser of a serve, but Campos watches it go by and out of bounds. Still trailing by 8 are the Owls, so 17-9 will be our score now. And once again, Cecilia Campos will go back to serve. Floats it. Milieu right there. Bostic Jones the set to Luciana Araujo, and that ball lands in. 18-9. Eagles once again back out in front by 9. Looking to build this lead to double digits. Leticia Barea and Ramsey Spinks will come back in. Martina Gonzado and Mariah Bostic Jones will check back out. Ramsey Spinks sends it over. Trias, the back set over to Paiva Pereira. Out of bounds it goes. 19-9, Eagles up by 10. And another timeout from William Woods, so we will take another break. Don't go anywhere. Set one will continue when we get back. Once again, back in Puckett Field House in Fayette, Missouri, the Central Methodist Eagles taking on the William Woods Owls. The Eagles up by 10. The Owls try to mount this comeback here in set one. Serve will be received by the Owls. Trias, quick set. Not going to do it. Martins. Spinks back set to Berea. Just a bit out of bounds. So 19-10. Oh, it'll go. I believe they're calling there was a tip on the Owls side. So 20-9 as Spinks sends it over, and the Eagles are 5 points away from winning set one. And a hard hit there. Milieu in perfect position, though. Spinks back set to Berea, and the Eagles will get a point on the tool kill. 21-9. Owls block attempt went out of bounds. So Spinks, once again, 4 points away from a set one victory. They didn't pick up a set the last time these two teams played. Trias, the set to Paiva Pereira, and too tight to the net, and Araujo right there to joust her, and Araujo and the Eagles are going to win the point. So 22-9. Spinks, once again, back to serve from the right. Gets this point underway. Tries the back set. Paiva Pereira and Martins. A little bit of trouble with that one. She's in perfect position. Not going to do it. 22-10. Eagles still up by 12. So Luciana Paiva Pereira will go back to serve. Standing serve. Floats it. Martins right there. Araujo the set to Berea. Awkward hit, but somehow the Owls kept it alive. Spinks the set over to Araujo. Trias to this point still going, and finally the Eagles get it done. Spinks on the set to Summer Hake, and Hake ends what was a very long and out of order point, I would call it. Both teams were out of system. Finally got it done. 23-10. Eagles lead it. We get this one underway. Trias to Carlos da Silva. Not going to do it. Joan Amelia right there, but she sends it right over the net. Can't tell exactly who it was. It was Pamela Durazo. So she keeps her team a little bit alive in this set. As Roberta Carlos da Silva will go back to serve from the right corner. Because Lauren Farish right there. Spinks the set to Berea. And the Eagles 1 point away from finishing off a dominant set one. No timeouts for William Woods, so they can't really stop any momentum here. The Summer Hake goes back to serve from the middle. Sends it over. Carlos da Silva there. Tries the bump set. And not going to do it. Summer Hake puts her hands up right there. Spinks the back set to Dreyer. Won't do it. Campos over to Paiva Pereira. And Spinks has a little bit of trouble with it. And it's going to go out of bounds. So the Owls stay alive. 24-12 though. Still 12 more set points to work with for the Eagles. There's Milieu right there for the serve. Martins right back to Milieu. Not going to do it there. Carlos da Silva right there for it. Trias the set. Farish right there for it. Martins. And Milieu tries to get the hit off. Stuffed at the net, but gets the Eagles back in system. Spinks back set to Berea. Won't do it there. One more time. Martins right there for it. Spinks. Milieu goes cross court. Not going to end the point there. Trias back to Paiva Pereira. Phenomenal point here from both teams, and somehow still going. It's Farish right there for the hit from Paiva Pereira. And finally, somebody finds a hole. Lennon Adams finally gets it done, the freshman. No Eagles in sight. 24-13 now. 11 more set points to work with. Spinks to Milieu, and Milieu going to send that one a little bit long, so lead now down to 10. The Owls just taking it 1 point at a time. Pamela Durazo once again back to serve. Milieu, trouble. Spinks, back to Milieu. Kept alive. Haley Dreyer in perfect position after the block. Paiva Pereira there. Trias back to Paiva Pereira, and it's going to land in between a couple of Eagles. So 24-15, and Anesh Padetic will sub in for Milieu. Once again, Durazo back to serve. 24-15. 9 more set points to work with for the Eagles. Padetic there. Spinks, the bump set to Berea. Cross court and an antenna violation. So the Owls continue to stay alive, and a timeout finally by Central Methodist. So we will go to another quick break. Don't go anywhere. Set one could be wrapping up when we get back. And back in Puckett Fieldhouse one more time. 24-16. Eagles looking to finish off the set. Inesh Padedes, Spinks down the line. Haley Dreyer just a bit out of bounds. So the Owls stay alive. The Eagles need 1 point. They had a 24-13 lead. Now they just got 7 more set points to work with. And off the hands awkwardly of Padedes. Still have a 6-point lead though. And a few substitutions now, Joan. Milieu will come in for the Eagles. It's like Kendra Collier and Riley Courtcamp will also be checking in. Farish, trouble. Martins over to Milieu. Oh, what an effort there. Keeping it alive. Milieu right there for it though. Spinks back set to Courtcamp. Down, just out of bounds on the back line. Now just a 5-point lead for the Eagles. Can they finish off this set? Once again, Durazo, the serve. Farish, Spinks, the set. Milieu stuffed at the net. I believe it was Aaron Trias and Lennon Adams, and another timeout from the Eagles. So we will go to another quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll return. From 24-13 to 24-20, the William Woods Owls have climbed back into set 1. They found a way somehow, and the Eagles just need 1 point, but can they get it? William Woods has all the momentum right now. Eagles trying any group of substitutions. Coleman Lee. And Durazo sends that one a little long. Farish right there. Martins, the set. Milieu tries to push it. Not going to do it. Trias, the set. Martins right there for it, though. Back set from Spinks. Courtcamp won't do it. And Paiva Pereira. And off the hands of Collier, and it's going to land on the Eagles' side. 24-21. Eagles just need 1. Durazo, the serve. Milieu there. Ferris, the set to Milieu. Stuffed at the net. Milieu right there for it, though. Trias, Durazo. And off the hands of a couple of blockers in front. And Evie Marcolino gets the kill. 24-22. 9 straight points. Durazo sends this over. Farish there. Spinks over to Milieu. Won't do it. Durazo right there. Trias. And the quick set gets it done this time. Lennon Adams. A big-time kill. 24-23. And some more subs. Luciana Araujo will check in for Lauren Farish. Martina Gonzato will also be checking in. And Leticia Barreo will check in for Courtcamp, and Collier will also be going to the bench. So 24-23. Now William Woods just needs 1 point to keep this match going. Milieu over to Spinks to Barea, and out of bounds it goes. So the Eagles survive the 10-0 run and win set one. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go to one more quick break before set two. (25-23) was the final of your first set after the Owls made a huge 10-0 run to try and get back into set one. They've got a lot of momentum heading into set two, though, as the Central Methodist Eagles look to bounce back and get a dominating win in the first set, or in the second set. Maybe finish off what they tried to get done in the first set. They've already taken more sets this time around than against William Woods on the road. It was a sweep on the Owls' home court. As we get underway, Trias with the serve. Bostic Jones back set to Haley Dreyer for the first point of the set. And back to serve will be Haley Dreyer now, as Martins will check out. Campos will be there. Trias, the bump set, not going to do it. Bostic Jones, bump set to Gonzato, very tight to the net, and Summer Haig will pick up the loose change and get a kill. So it'll be 2-0 now for the Eagles. As once again, Dreyer back to serve, and she'll send it into the net, so 2-1 now. Central Methodist still leads very early in set two. as Evie Marcolino will check out. And Riley Sander will check in. The redshirt junior sends this over. Milieu right there. Bostic Jones tight to the net. Gonzato just got to push it over. Trias over to Paiva Pereira into a couple of Eagles' hands, but going to land out of bounds on the Eagles' side, so she'll get the tool kill. 2-2 now. The Owls draw it even. Sander once again back to serve. Sends this one to the back row. Milieu right there. Bostic Jones, the quick set to Summer Hake, and she's going to get the kill there. So the Eagles will go back out in front. As Ramsey Spinks and Leticia Barea will both check in for Mariah Bostic Jones and Martina Gonzato. So Coleman Lee back to his normal substitutions here. Spinks to serve from the right side. Campos right there. Trias over to Paiva Pereira, and a big-time kill there. Draws it right back even. So after a very dominating start to the first set, this one's a little bit more back and forth. As Cecilia Campos back to serve. Sends that over. Milieu right there. Spinks the back set. And out of system go the Owls after Berea just pushes that one over. It'll be 4-3. Eagles back out in front. Luciana Araujo serves from the right side. Sander there. And Paiva Pereira sends a laser out of bounds. So 5-3 now. So Araujo once again back to serve. Campos to Silva. Over to Trias, and Durazo is going to get the kill there. After she just drops it over. 5-4, Eagles still up. Luciana Paiva Pereira goes back to serve, the 6-foot senior. Standing serve, still goes long and out of bounds. 6-4 now. Eagles back up by 2. Summer Hake will serve from the middle. Sends this over. Sander there. Trias. The set to Carlos da Silva. Not going to do it. Hake, the bump set to Berea. That one will do it. 7-4 Eagles now. So Hake once again to serve. Sander there. Durazo to Carlos da Silva, and that one just going to land in no man's land after skimming the net. 7-5, Eagles still lead. Roberta Carlos da Silva to serve now out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, the 5'11 senior. Floats this one. As Anesh Padetic is there, and trouble on the Eagles' side. A bit of a weak set, and 7-6 now. Eagles still up. Owls looking to tie it though. Carlos da Silva fires this one over. Trying to Milieu there. Spinks over to Milieu, and she sends a laser straight down. 8-6, Eagles back out in front. By 2. And once again, Martina Gonzato and Mariah Bostic Jones will be checking in for Ramsey Spinks and Leticia Berea. Bostic Jones serves from the right, sends it over trouble on the Owl side. Martins right there for it. Bostic Jones over to Haley Dreyer, and she's going to get a quick kill. 9-6. Eagles up by 3. Mariah Bostic Jones floats that. Once again, a little bit of trouble on the Owl side, and Espedesh there to dig that one out. Joust at the net, won by the Owls. Looked like Pamela Durazo won that one. And she will go back to serve. 9-7 Eagles up. Martinez there, Bostic Jones, the set to Amelia, stuffed at the net, kept alive by the Owls. Somehow stays in. Dreyer over to Bostic Jones. Dreyer won't get the point done. Trias, the set, and Martinez right there for it. That ball goes flying almost over to the basketball courts on the other side. It'll be 9-8 as the Owls look to draw even in this set. Durazo. Martinez right there for it. Bostic Jones, back set. Milieu can't get the point done. Durazo there. Trias, the set, and out of bounds. That one goes off the hit from Evie Marcolino. So 10-8, Eagles stay just in front. Joanna Milieu will serve from the left side. Sends that one over. Carlos Da Silva right there for it. And the set from Trias and kill from Marcolino will land in. So 10-9. And the Owls stay right with the Eagles. Aaron Trias back to serve. From the right, from the middle. Standing serve. Araujo right there. Bostic Jones the set to Gonzato. Stuffed at the net. Bobbled around by the Owls and not going to get back over the net. It'll be 11-9. Eagles once again back out in front by 2. As we start to get our way into the middle parts of this set. Owls not going to do it there. Paiva Pereira looked like it went a little bit off the end of the hand and out of bounds. So 12-9. Eagles up 3. Haley Dreyer to serve. Celia Campos right there. Trias, quick set to Adams, won't do it. Eagles can't kill the point themselves. Trias, the set, and looked like it went off a hand up front by the Eagles, so the kill will go to Evie Marcolino. The Owls trail by 2 now. So this set, more evenly contested, probably a better showing of what we should have seen in the first set. As Riley Sander back to serve from the middle. Joanna Milieu right there. Mariah Bostic Jones back set to Gonzato. Can't kill the point. Campos to Paiva Pereira. And Milieu right there for it. But cleaning it up is Lennon Adams, and she finds an open space. 12-11. Owls trailing by 1 once more. Can they finally get the tie that they've been looking for in this set? Sanders sends it over. Milieu right there. Bostic Jones to Hake in front. And the Owls can't draw it even. 13-11. Central Methodist back out in front by 2. Ramsey Spinks and Leticia Berea going to check in for Martina Gonzato and Mariah Bostic Jones. As Spinks will go back to serve from the right. Gets this one over. Campos lays out for it, goes over the net, but it goes out of bounds. 14-11, Central Methodist in front by 3. Spinks once again to serve. Trouble there from Sander. Martinez right there. Spinks, the set to Hake. Campos right there for it, though. Gonna get over the net, so Luciana Aruzu set to Spinks. And Berea gonna get the kill there. 15-11. Eagles back out in front by 4, their largest lead of this set. And a timeout for William Woods. Don't go anywhere. Set 2 continues on the Heart Sports Network when we return. Central Methodist versus William Woods here in Puckett Fieldhouse, some Heart of America Conference volleyball. The Eagles took set 1, 25-23. They lead set 2, 15-11 as Ramsey Spinks gets us underway. Riley Sander right there for it. Trias, the back set, not going to do it. Spinks over to Adauju. She gets the kill, 16-11. Eagles continue to grow their lead. Spinks looking to continue her serving run. Eagles up by 5. Sends out one just a bit too long, 16-12. So the Owls stay close. As Cecilia Campos will go back to serve. And Pamela Durazo checks in. Victoria Martins there. Spinks, quick set to Hake into a pair of blockers, and it'll go towards the Central Methodist way. $17-12 now, Central Methodist up. Durazo gonna check out for Mariana Casati. As Luciana Adauju back to serve. Right there is Riley Sander. Back set, Trias. Paiva Pereira won't get it done. Martins, the bump set to Berea. Stuffed at the net, but out of bounds. And the Eagles will get a point on the tool kill. They go up by 6. Their largest lead of set 2. Looking to finish it off without any drama this time. Adauju sends a laser, but out of bounds. And 18-13. William Woods still trails by 5 as Adauju goes out of bounds, or goes out for Ines Paredes. Paiva Pereira floats this. Paredes there. Spinks. He's set to Milieu. Laying out for it. Paiva Pereira and kept alive by the Owls. So Spinks, quick set, and tipped out of bounds by the Owls. So Milieu credited with the kill, 19-13. Central Methodist back out in front by 6. As Summer Hake goes back to serve. Hake. Sander there. Trias. The set. And that one gonna do it. The kill there credited to Carlos De Silva after the Eagles couldn't rally to get it back over. 19-14. It's now a little bit of back and forth. As Roberta Carlos De Silva back to serve. Right there, Joanna Milieu. Spinks, the back set to Berea, gonna push it cross court. Trias, the set, and it'll be point for the Eagles. Looks like it was a net violation. 4 hits on the Owls. So 20-14. Mariah Bostic-Jones and Martina Gonzato check in for Ramsey Spinks and Leticia Barreas. Bostic-Jones serves from the right. Campos there. Trias, the back set, and that'll get a kill. The first of the night for Mariana Casati. 20-15. Eagles still up by 5. As back to serve now will be Allie Miller. She checks in. She'll serve from the left. Standing serve. That a little bit of trouble. Bostic-Jones tries to do anything, and it'll be 4 hits on the Eagles. 20-16 now. So the Owls staying in the set. Once again, Miller back to serve. Another standing serve. Laser of a serve. Padetic. Bostic-Jones, the bump set to Milieu. Paiva Pereira there for the Owls. Trias. Not going to do it there. Martins. And kept alive by the Owls. Bostic-Jones, back set to Gonzato. Kept alive by the Owls once again. Paiva Pereira. Bostic-Jones there. Martins. Free ball from Gonzato. Quick set from Adams. And a laser, but Padetic right there. Martins, the bump set. Keep the point going. And right there for it, Martins. Bostic-Jones, Milieu tips it over. Won't do it there. Trias right to Lennon Adams, and she sends it into the net. Looked like she jumped just a tad bit early, but a 5-point lead now for the Eagles, needing just 4 more points. And back to serve will be Joanna Milieu. She'll serve from the left. And that one died out. Won't get it done there. Bostic-Jones to Gonzato. Stuffed at the net, but out of bounds, and a tool kill as the Eagles get 1 point closer. 22-16, and a timeout from William Woods. Eagles needing 3 points. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Heart Sports Network. We'll be right back. (22-16), Central Methodist leads William Woods here in set 2. So we are about ready to get back underway here in Puckett Fieldhouse. Joanna Milieu serving from the left. Sends it over. Carlos De Silva right there. Trias, the set, and point towards the Eagles, 23-16. 2 more points for the Eagles to close out set 2. Milieu to serve. Sends a laser, lands right in the back corner. 24-16, 8 set points to work with. We need 1 more to close out set 2. Take a 2-0 lead here in this match, and another service ace will get that one done. 25-16 will be the final in set 2. Eagles will look for the sweep when we return on the Heart Sports Network. back in Puckett Fieldhouse in Fayette, Missouri for set number 3 between the Central Methodist Eagles and the William Woods Owls. The Eagles took set 1 in some dramatic late fashion from William Woods after a 10-0 run nearly brought them to a set 1 victory, and then the Eagles in set 2 didn't let that momentum carry over and dominated, winning by 9 points, 25-16. Set 3 about to be underway. Eagles looking to do what the Owls did to them earlier in the year, as William Woods swept them on their own home court. Eagles looking to get one right back. Mariah Bostic-Jones ready to serve, sends it over. Paiva Pereira there. Trias doing anything, and Gonzato right there for it though. Dreyer not going to get it done. Campos saves it, and the Eagles kept that one alive. Campos slows it down a little. Paiva Pereira stuffed at the net by Gonzato and Haley Dreyer. 1-0 Eagles. Bostic-Jones back to serve once more. Gets this one underway. Paiva Pereira. Back set from Trias to Adams. Won't get it done there. Carlos De Silva stuffed at the net as well. Miliu gets on the ground, and Bostic-Jones is set to Dreyer. Dinking and dunking around on the Owls side, and 2-0 Eagles will be the result. Bostic-Jones back to serve once more. Paiva Pereira there. Trias the back set to Paiva Pereira. And once again, absolutely stuffed by Joanna Miliu and Haley Dreyer. A 3-0 run to start set number 3 for the Eagles. Mariah Bostic-Jones floats that one over. Carlos De Silva there. Trias back over to Carlos De Silva. Paredes tries to keep the point alive. Might have been going out of bounds, but what an effort there from Manesh Paredes. So 3-1 now. Owls get their first point of set number 3. It's Luciana Paiva Pereira back to serve. Floats it. Martins right there. Bostic-Jones to Gonzato. Into a couple of hands. Campos there. And not going to end the point there. Gonzato can't get it done. And that time, that one will land inbounds. Pamela Durazo gets the kill, so 3-2. Eagles still up. Luciana Paiva Pereira once again back to serve. Floats it. Padesh there. Bostic-Jones the back set. Pushed over by Miliu. Tries to get a hard hit, but stuffed at the net. So the Eagles regain. Campos, the bump set to Carlos De Silva. De Silva sets it over to Durazo. Padesh there. Bostic-Jones over to Miliu. She just tips it over, and in between the hands of, I believe that was Aaron Trias. And 4-2, Eagles leading now. Miliu back to serve. It's a line drive over, and it lands just out of bounds. 4-3 after the service error from Joanna Miliu. Lennon Adams will check out for Mariana Casati. And back to serve will be Cecilia Campos. Floats that one. Martins lays out for it. Bostic-Jones right there. Araujo going to get the point for the Eagles on the tool kill off of the hands of Roberta Carlos De Silva. Haley Dreyer back to serve now. 5-3, Eagles lead, set 3. Campos right there. Trias, the quick set to Durazo, and that one will end the point very quickly. Very fundamental right there. Bump set spike for the Owls to get the point. 5-4. They still trail in set 3. Back to serve. Roberta Carlos De Silva. Joanna Miliu right there for it. Bostic-Jones over to Gonzato. somehow kept alive by the Owls. Araujo there for it. Bostic Jones over to Gonzato, and it'll be point Eagles on the net violation from, can't tell exactly who it was. But Eagles get the point nonetheless. And in will come Ramsey Spinks and Leticia Barea for Mariah Bostic Jones and Martina Gonzato. As Spinks is back to serve. 6-4 Eagles lead. And the refs seem to be talking. Can't tell exactly what they're saying. Looked like maybe there was a wet spot on the court, and it'll be an inadvertent timeout. Or, oh, they're going to bring out the mop for this one. Don't know exactly what happened there. Yeah, it's just a wet spot. And mopping it up is Assistant Athletic Director here at Central Methodist, Tim Crowley. Doing some good work, I might add. So it's still 6-4, Eagles leading here in set 3 as we're about ready to get back underway. It'll be Ramsey Spinks to serve. Sends it over. And a quick set there to Durazo. Gonna get the kill. And it's 6-5 now. CMU still leading. Once again, sends it over. Spinks over to Barea. She just tries to push it over. Won't get it done there. Barea. And looked like a net violation there. So 7-5. Eagles back up by 2. As Luciana Araujo back to serve. Sends a laser and just trying to get out of the way, and it skims off the body of Roberta Carlos da Silva. So it'll be a service ace, and the Eagles go up by 3, 8-5. So once again, Araujo back to serve. Sends a laser right into the net. It'll be 8-6. Central Methodist still up by 2. Looks like Riley Sander will be back to serve. Sends this one over. Milieu there. Back set from Spinks to Barea. Carlos da Silva was there for the Owls as Durazo sends that one over. Araujo there. Hake tries to get it done, won't get it. And Spinks lays out for it, just not enough. And it's 8-7. So Sander once again back to serve. It's Milieu there. Spinks over to Hake, and that'll get that point over with quick and easy. 9-7. Central Methodist goes back out in front by 2. As coming in now for the Eagles will be Kaya Kolb to serve. Kolb floats this one off the hands of Carlos da Silva, a little bit funky, and not going to get back over the net. Going to go out of bounds, and 10-7. Eagles go back up by 3. It's Kolb. Once again, goes back to serve. Gets this one over. Carlos da Silva there. Tries to get near the middle, won't do it there. Perea just pushes that one over. Campos there. Trias over to Paiva Perea off the hands of Padedes. And a little bit of trouble for Milieu and Kolb. And 10-8 now. CMU still leads. Summer Hake will come back in. Never mind, it'll be Victoria Martins. Back to serve is Aaron Trice. Milieu there. Spinks the quick set to Haley Dreyer. 11-8 now. As Mariah Bostic-Jones and Martina Gonzalo check in once again for Ramsey Spinks and Leticia Perea. Bostic-Jones sends that one cross court. Paiva Pereira to Trias. Back to Paiva Pereira. Martins right there for it. As Bostic-Jones sends it to Milieu. She sends that one over with heat. Kept alive by the Owls. Eagles now back with it. Blocked at the net and out of bounds. Looks like that one might have been going into the net anyways, but it'll be point towards the Eagles, 12-8. Looks like it was just off of the hands of the Owl blocker. Bostic-Jones sends that over. Campos there. Quick set from Trias. Won't get that one done. Paiva Pereira sends it with some heat, but Haley Dreyer and Joanna Milieu have been on one tonight, and they get another block, 13-8. And a timeout from William Wood, so we will go to a break. You are listening to the Heart Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Set 3 continues when we return. Back in Puckett Fieldhouse, Central Methodist took sets 1 and 2. They currently lead set 3, 13-8. As Mariah Bostic-Jones sends this over. Trias, the set, over to Carlos De Silva, and a heated kill there. 13-9. William Woods gets the point out of the timeout. Luciana Paiva Pereira goes back to serve. Standing serve. Gets over. Inesh Padedes there. Bostic-Jones, the set to Gonzalo. Won't do it there. Campos in perfect position. Durazo tries to get the kill, and she finds an open space as I believe that was Victoria Martins was trying to get there just out of reach of her outstretched arm. Once again, Luciana Paiva Pereira to serve from the right side. Sends a line drive this time. Padedes. Bostic-Jones, the back set to look like Milieu. And, oh, what a save there from Padedes. Bostic-Jones just sends a free ball over. Paiva Pereira to Trias to Durazo, and just, again, out of the reach of the two players in the back row, Padedes and Martins. They were both expecting that one. Looked like Martins had a stutter step after the ball got tipped from the front row. Martins right there for the serve this time. And a quick set from Bostic-Jones over to Haley Dreyer. She gets a kill, 14-11, and the Eagles up by 3. Joanna Milieu goes back to serve. Luciana Araujo checks in for Ines Paredes, and Milieu gets a big-time ace, gets the Eagles up by 4 to a 15-11 lead. Milieu back to serve once again from the left. Floats it this time. Paiva Pereira there. Trias, the set, cross court over to Durazo. She gets the kill there, and it'll be 15-12. As Mariana Casati checks in for Lennon Adams. And Cecilia Campos goes back to serve, 15-12. Central Methodist leads. Martins right there. Quick set from Bostic Jones over to Dreyer. Won't get it done there. Trias. And Durazo just tries to tip it over. Bump set. Martins over to Araujo. Stuffed at the net. Gets it over. Back over. And Campos just tries to push it. Bostic Jones in perfect position though. Free ball from Milieu. Campos. Trias. Over to Durazo. Martins right there for it. Milieu. The set to Gonzato. Won't get it done. Trias. And Araujo in perfect position from the hit on Durazo. And there's the point. Martina Gonzato gets it done. 16-12. Central Methodist needs 9 more points. As Haley Dreyer back to serve. Martins checks out. Dreyer sends it over. Paiva Pereira a little bit of trouble and not going to be kept alive by the Owls. 17-12. The Eagles get one step closer on the service ace. Dreyer sends that one a little bit too long and out of bounds. It'll be 17-13. Central Methodist still leads. Dreyer will go out of bounds for Victoria Martins. As back to serve is Roberta Carlos de Silva, Milieu in perfect position for the serve. Not going to get it done on the attack from Gonzato. She sends it cross court and out of bounds. So William Woods only trails by 3 now. Carlos de Silva once again back to serve. Sends a line drive. Milieu there. Bostic Jones to Gonzato, and just in not the best spot as Aaron Trias tries to handle that one, but off the outstretched arm. It'll be 18-14. Central Methodist leads. As Ramsey Spinks and Leticia Barea once again check in for Mariah Bostic Jones and Martina Gonzato. Paiva Pereira there for the serve. Trias back to Paiva Pereira. Martins in perfect position. Spinks over to Milieu. And Campos lays out for it, but not going to keep it alive. 19-14. CMU 6 points away from winning set 3 and the match. Spinks back to serve from the right. Floats it. Paiva Pereira there. Trias. Lisette to Durazo. Araujo, perfect position. Spinks to Milieu. Sends it over. Just tried to get a hit off, and it goes too far and out of bounds, 19-15. Again, both of these teams 8-4 in conference play, fighting for the same spot in the postseason as Durazo sends it over. Martins over to Spinks and to Barea. She's going to get the tool kill. 20-15. Central Methodist needs 5 more points. Araujo sends it over. Carlos de Silva there. Trias. The set to Paiva Pereira. Stuffed at the net by Leticia Barea and Summer Hake. 21-15 and a timeout from William Woods. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Heart Sports Network. We'll be right back for more set 3 action. 21-15, set number 3 in Puckett Fieldhouse in Fayette, Missouri. Central Methodist needs 4 points to complete the sweep. Luciana Adauzu not going to get it started off. 21-16 now after the service error there. Now a couple of substitutions. Adauzu will check out for Anesh Padedesh. And Riley Sander checks in for William Woods. Sander now to serve. Martins there. Berea, the bump set to Milieu, and stuffed by Trias and Lennon Adams. Sander once again back to serve. 21-17, CMU leads. Milieu there. Spinks, the quick set to Hake, and kept alive by the Owls. Trias to Paiva Pereira off the hands of Anesh Padedesh. 21-18, Central Methodist still up. Sander goes back to serve once more. And an awkward reception from Martins. And it'll be another ace there. 21-19. Once again, Sander to serve. Floats it. Martins there. Spinks. Back set to Berea. And out of bounds. So 21-20. 21-19, and a timeout from Central Methodist. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Heart Sports Network. Once again, back in Puckett Fieldhouse. William Woods trying to rally against Central Methodist. They trail 2 sets to none. Trail set 3, 20-21. Currently on a 4-0 run. Martins there for the serve. Hake not going to get the kill for the Eagles. That one down the line and out of bounds on the attack from Paiva Pereira. 22-20. Central Methodist back out in front by 2. As Haley Dreyer checks in. And so does Kaya Kolb. Victoria Martins will take a quick break. Summer Hake will go to the bench for a quick second. Kolb sends it over. Received by the Owls. And a heated attack there from Luciana Paiva Pereira. Gets William Woods back to within 1. So some more late set drama. Aaron Trias is back to serve. Martins back in. Anesh Padedesh receives. Spinks, quick set to Dreyer, lands in the back right corner. 23-21, Central Methodist. So Martina Gonzado and Mariah Bostic-Jones check in for Leticia Berea and Ramsey Spinks. Bostic-Jones flips that one. Paiva Pereira was there. Trias back to Paiva Pereira and Anesh Padedesh in perfect position for that one. And Martins there. Milieu tries to get the attack and gets the tool kill. 24-21. Central Methodist now just 1 point away from getting the sweep. They've got 3 match points to work with. Bostic Jones sends it over. Campos has a little bit of trouble. Joanna Milieu picks it up and ends this match. 25-21, set 3 final. The Eagles get a big-time sweep, move to 9-4 in conference play, and 17-6 on the year. I've been Ryan Sprout. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good rest of your night.